Hey, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. The reason why I'm making this video is because I've been looking for a video on YouTube that would help me understand the Forsage Compensation Plan, and I couldn't find anything that really explained it to me and made it make sense, so I thought I'd make one for you. What I want to share with you today is exactly how do you make money with Forsage. So let's get into it. First of all, the first thing you need to understand about Forsage is that Forsage doesn't really have one concrete way to make money. Forsage itself is a platform that Forsage doesn't have one concrete way for us to approach it or make money. Forsage gives us access to smart contracts. It allows us to purchase smart contracts and use them in order to make money. So because of that, there are a number of approaches that you can use in order to make money with Forsage. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to cover 3 of the most common approaches that I see people use in order to make money with Forsage. Now, I've given them my own names. These are by no means the actual or official names, but here are the 3 ways that I'm going to cover. The first one is step-by-step. Step-by-step approach is perfect for someone who may not be 100% convinced that Forsage is going to be the groundbreaking moneymaker that they were introduced as, but they're at least willing to give it a shot. It is the lowest investment to get started, but it also starts with the least amount of reward. And you build up your income step by step, okay? The second approach is what I call bigger money. This is usually for somebody who, after seeing the Forsage Compensation Plan, says, wow, I get it. I want to be a part of it, but I don't want to do it little by little. I kind of want to jump in as much as I can and try to make as much as I can as fast as I can. That would be the bigger money approach. And the third approach that I see with Forsage is passive. There is a way where you can make money passively with Forsage, so we'll cover that as well. All right. So why don't we start with the step-by-step approach? The step-by-step approach utilizes Forsage in a way where you're going to build a team. Now, let me take a step back here and kind of make sense of the craziness you see on this board. Forsage is broken down into 2 different types of programs. The first one is called X3, and the second one is X4. For those of you doing the step-by-step approach or the bigger money approach, you're going to focus your efforts on X3, but you're also going to make a little bit of money in X4 at the same time. It's just going to happen for you automatically. But your efforts are really going to be focused here in X3. So why don't we start and take a look and see what that looks like. When you choose to take the step-by-step approach, you're going to begin by making a very small initial investment, and you're also going to commit to helping us grow the Forsage community. Your goal is going to be to grow the community by at least 3. This is the approach that I've seen a lot of people take with the step-by-step approach. They call it the power of 3. And here's what that looks like. When you join Forsage, you're going to join with enough to be able to handle slot number 1 in X3, which right now is approximately $10. It's 0.025 Ethereum, which right now, because the price of Ethereum, the value of Ethereum is going up, it's about $10. So you're going to join with enough to open up slot number 1 in X3 and slot number 1 in X4. So even if you're building and your focus is going to be on X3, everybody starts with the first slot in X3 and the first slot in X4 every time. So you're going to start with a $20 investment approximately. Okay, that's not bad to be able to start something with $20. Your initial $20 investment will be split. Half will go into X3, opening up the first slot. The other half will go into X4, opening up the first slot. And you're going to start working on your commitment to add more members to our community. You're going to work on your 3. Here's what that's going to look like when you get your 3. You get 3 slots in your X3. And I'm using these symbols to help you understand what happens to the money in those 3 slots. A $ means you get to keep that money. That's going right into your Ethereum wallet. And an arrow means that money is going to go up to your sponsor, whoever helped you or brought you into the community. All right? So the very first person that you bring into the Forsage platform, they're going to put in their $20. It's going to be split just like yours was between the X3 and the X4. That first 10 that went into the X3, you're going to get to keep that. That's going right in your wallet. And on the X4, that 10 is going to go up to your sponsor. That's person number one. The second person that you bring into the program, their first $10 that went into X1, you're going to get to keep that. So now you've made 20. And their first $10 is going to go in X4. That's going to go up to the sponsor. Okay, so far you've made $10 and your sponsor has made $10. Now you're going to get your third person. Your third person, that money is going to go up to your sponsor and it's going to give you a brand new slot here so you can fill it up 3 more times. And down here in X4, you're going to get to keep this money. So you just made $30. 10, 20, 30. You just made $30 using this program. You put in 20. That's not a huge amount of money, but you've already made more than what you put in. And don't forget what I told you. The step-by-step program, the idea is to start with a little, but you're also going to earn a little. It's just meant to show you that this system works. All right? Once you've earned your $30 in profit, what you're going to do right now is use your profit to open up spot number 2. You're going to purchase spot number 2 for about $20, and now you're going to get these 3 spots here, and you still have these here. As the people you brought in do the same thing as you, they are also going to open up spot number 2. And the first person who opens up spot number 2, you're going to earn $20. The second person who opens up spot number 2, you're going to earn $20. And down here in X4, it's also generating some money for you at the same time, adding to your profit. So you've already made 40 plus whatever profit you make down here in X4, you have enough to open up slot number 3. And this is going to repeat over and over again. And the idea is for you to make it through step by step all 12 levels. Every time you make it to another level, you've increased the amount of profit you're going to earn. So you started at 10, you get to move up to 20. Level 3 is 40, 4 is 80, 160, 320, 640, 1,280, 2,560, 5,120, 10,240, 20,480 based on the today's price of Ethereum. And so even though you started small, your goal is to unlock each new smart contract spot so you can earn more and more step by step. So that's the step-by-step approach. Again, you start low. You begin by earning low, but you use your profits to open up the next contract spot over and over again until you finally made it all the way to the end. All right, so that is the step-by-step approach. The second approach is called bigger money. Bigger money is for people who go, man, I like this. This is a really cool approach, but do I have to start so small and just slowly build it up? No. You can do the bigger money approach, which is basically the step-by-step approach, but you start with more than just your first spot. You're someone who says, well, instead of just buying slot number 1, how about I buy all 6 of these slots at the exact same time? You can do that. And so now, instead of just slowly building from 1 to 2 and then to 3, you can start on 6 or 5 or however much you can afford to start with. You start with bigger money and then you're able to grow from there. So let's see what that looks like. Let's say you start with bigger money and you have enough to buy all the first 6 smart contract spots. I can buy all 6 of those. I've got enough to invest in that. Awesome. So you're going to buy and open up all 6 of these smart contract spots. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to find more people to do bigger money with you as well. All right, that's going to be your goal, is to find more people to join our community to do the same thing that you did. When that happens, the very first person that you get to join our community the same way you did, let's say they were able to do the same thing and they bought the first 6 contract slots as well. Well, here's what you earn. You earn the first spot from spot number 1, so you earn 10. They also bought spot number 2, so you earn 20. They also bought spot number 3, you earned 40. They bought spot number 4, you earned 80. They bought spot number 5, you earned 160, and they bought spot number 6, you earned 320. You earned all of this all at one time from one person because they went in with bigger money just like you did. Do you see how you can start earning a lot faster when you do it with bigger money? Yeah, the same thing happens when the second person joins you and if they're able to do the same thing. Now, let's say the second person that joins you, they don't have as much. They couldn't do all 6. They were only able to do 5. Not a problem. You're going to earn from spot number 1. You're going to earn from spot number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 because you have them all. Okay? So that's the bigger money approach. Now, the only thing to watch out for is, well, what happens if I bought up to number 6, but someone I'm talking to sees this, they love it, they actually had more money than I had to start with, and they buy up to level 7. What happens to me? Well, here's what happens. You're going to get paid on all the ones that you do have, but the one that you don't have, you're not going to get paid on that. This one is going to look for a sponsor that came in before you that also has level 7 so that they can give it to them. And then when you finally get level 7 yourself, then that person will go back and be on your matrix. Does that make sense? So if you open up all the way up to level 6 using the bigger money approach, and you find someone who sees this, loves this, they want to get in on it too, but they bought all the way up to level 7, you're going to get paid up to level 6, but the system is going to look for someone who came in before you and give them that level 7 because you don't have it. Does that make sense? Okay, so that is the bigger money approach. And then from there, you're just going to continue growing. You're going to use the profit that you've generated to open up your next level. And then as more profit comes in, you're going to open up your next level, and you're just going to continue like you would do on the step-by-step approach. You just were able to do it a lot faster because you were able to invest more money from the start. I hope that makes sense right there. Okay, and the third approach I've seen, and I'm calling it the passive money approach. It is possible with Forsage to make money with Forsage without ever recruiting anyone. And that would be the passive money approach. Someone who says, you know what, I like the idea, I like the concept. I want to get into cryptocurrency. I don't necessarily want to buy the currency itself because what if it goes up or down in value? But I do love the idea of being able to earn with this smart contract system. So what you can do is you can join our community passively, and here's what that looks like. The thing to keep in mind is just how much do I want to do. Now, I told you earlier that step-by-step and bigger money is really focusing on X3, and you're also going to earn some trickle-in money from X4 kind of automatically. It'll really just happen by itself. As you're filling in X3, X4 will just kind of start to do it on its own. So your focus isn't really going to be here. Your focus is going to be here. But on passive money, your focus is totally here. Because X4 has these components built into it that allow you to earn money from people who came in before you and people who come in after you. And these rotations that are already built into the program help you to earn money passively. So let's take a look at what that looks like. If you want to earn money passively with Forsage, what you need to keep in mind is how many people are a part of the program. So if you say, you know what, I want to earn money passively with Forsage, but I'm only going to invest $10 and wait and see what happens. Well, here's the problem. There are well over 900,000 people that are a part of our community, and every last one of them has spot number 1. So if you're waiting for a rotation to come around for you to finally get something dropped into your matrix, you're waiting in a pool of over 900,000 people. That might take a while, okay? Level 2 has a huge amount of people as well. So if all you invest is $30 and you say, I want to sit around and let my money grow passively, you are waiting in a pool of probably about 850,000 people that also have level 2, and you're just waiting for something to happen for you to be able to earn 20 bucks. So what you'll begin to notice with the passive approach using Forsage X4 is that the more you invest, the smaller your pool, the more often you're going to get spillover and spill under. That's how passive works. So if you invest in the first 3 levels only, you're still going to have a significant amount of people in that pool. So you're not going to get a lot of passive income from that. The further you go, the more spots you open, the smaller your pool, the less people participating in that rotation, so the more often it'll be able to show up for you. You really start seeing passive money when you get to about level 6 or 7 or even 8. So if you're someone who says, you know what, I kind of don't really want to recruit anybody, I want to know more about this passive approach, then you should know from the start, you're going to at least want to look at buying the first 6 or even 7 levels so you can reduce the pool of people that are also participating passively so that you can generate this passive income a little bit more frequently. That is an oversimplification of the passive approach, but I think it's enough information to kind of give you a heads up on what to do. So if your goal is passive income with Forsage, you're going to want to invest at least enough to open up level 6 or 7. The more levels you can open up, the smaller your pool and the more money you make more often. Because when you get someone, let's say in level 8, when someone is dropped into your pool in level 8, the very first person dropped into your pool will go up to your sponsor. The second person dropped in your pool will also go up to your sponsor. You're like, hey, that doesn't sound like good passive money to me. But remember, every person that's dropped in your pool, the same thing happens for them. So if you got someone dropped into your pool, when they get someone dropped into their pool, you're going to earn $1,280. And when they get someone else dropped into their pool, you're going to earn another $1,280. And then that second person that got dropped into your pool, when they get someone dropped into their pool, you're going to earn another $1,280. So you can begin to see how the passive money is going to begin to add up. So with the passive approach, the more you invest, the smaller your pool, the more often people can be dropped into your matrix to allow you to profit. All right, so those are the 3 main approaches to how you make money with Forsage and a brief explanation of each. It's really up to you to decide how you want to approach Forsage. Do you still have some questions? Are you not 100% sold on the concept, but it at least does seem interesting and you're willing to give it a shot? Then you might want to try the step-by-step approach. You put in just a little bit. You're going to begin by earning a little bit, but you can take the profit you earn to open up the next level of contracts and increase the amount that you're going to be able to earn. Or maybe you're like, wow, this made a ton of sense to me. I want to get started. I want to start with as much as I can right now. I can afford to start up to level 4 or 6 or 7. I have the money right now to be able to do that. So you can start taking a bigger money approach and open up as many levels as you can afford from the start. And then kind of you want to try to encourage anyone that you share this with to take the same approach as you. So that way, maybe they can open 3, maybe they can open 6. Have them open as many as they can, and you will profit from each one that they were able to open. Helps you build your money faster so you can open up your higher levels even faster, okay? Or maybe you don't want to recruit. And if you don't want to recruit, but you have the capital, then you can use a passive approach, and you want to open up as many levels on X4 as you can afford to do. The more levels you open up, the smaller the pool that you're in, the faster passive money will start landing in your matrix, and the more you'll make. All right, so that's going to do it for my video. I really hope that did a lot to explain how Forsage works. If you have a sponsor or someone who sent this video to you, make sure you get back to them. Let them know that you're ready to start and how you want to start. And if you don't have a sponsor, my link is in the video description. I'd love to have you on my team. All right, until then, take care. Have a great day.